What is a self-tape audition? If your agent has messaged you or you've seen an open casting call online asking for a self-tape, that just means it's your audition that you need to film at home. I personally love self-tape auditions because you can do it as much as you want. You can make it perfect. My general rule of thumb is if you are self-taping for 30 minutes to an hour and it's just not working, you're probably not prepared. So just stop, go back to your notes, take a little bit of time, and then start again. So how a self-tape works when you are a represented actor or actress is your agent emails you the sides, which is the script. You film it at home, you send it off, and then you send it back to your agent, who then sends it over to the casting director or casting associate. They filter through it. That's kind of just generally what happens in a self-tape / audition. Are you a new actor who has a self-tape audition? I'm gonna show you what I do. First, I read the casting instructions very carefully. Then I set up my background and I go for neutral colors. Once my camera and lighting is set up, I'm ready to go. Follow for more acting content. Some cool editing softwares. I started on iMovie, now I've upgraded to Final Cut Pro X. There's tons of free resources out there. It does not have to be complicated, it's just putting the clips together because your agent is not going to do that, and it is a requirement. If you want to learn more about slating, which is required before an audition, I have a separate video on that going into a lot more detail. With this, I'm just going to keep going with the self-tape audition. Also, when you're filming a self-tape, if you do not want to invest in any lights, easiest thing you can do is film during daylight hours, go in front of a window, but the ring lights are super affordable these days. Then you can film at any hour of the day, but usually auditions have a quick turnaround period. I would say generally between 24 to 48 hours. With self-tape, sometimes they give you a bit more grace. Once I'm done filming, I've edited my audition, I've put in my slate at the end. You can put it at the beginning, there's no right or wrong. Sometimes they specify, so make sure you read the breakdown, which is really the form you're gonna get with who's the casting director, who's the network, CW, ABC, Lifetime, Netflix, whatever it is, that's what a breakdown is. So after I'm done editing my audition, my slate, I do label the file name, like Olivia Gudaniec, and then the role, so let's say Jane Doe, and then sometimes I put the agency name as well, but if the file name is too long, just make sure your name is there, and I put the character's name or role. It's not necessary, people don't label their files at all, it's fine. I just like to keep things organized, because if they download that and it's file 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm sure if they wanted to find you, they will, but I want to make it as easy for them as possible. Last but not least, I do have to mention file sizes. So if you have an audition and you filmed in 4K, the highest quality video footage, and then you want to send that file to your agent and it happens to be like 2 gigabytes. They're not, first of all, it's going to be really hard to send that on just in an email package. And second of all, a lot of self-tape auditions have a limit. So make sure the size limit is cross-referenced with your video as well. If you want to learn how to do an at-home self-tape audition setup, I have another video on that coming right up. And remember, how you feel in that moment will resonate on camera. They want to hire a professional, so muster up that confidence, because this is what you were born to do. This is your dream. Let them see that excitement. Unless it's a really dark, dramatic scene, in which case you should not be smiling, but you know that. Okay, just had to say it. If you have any questions, of course you can always ask me, but I encourage you to ask your agents. And if you don't have an agent and you want to get an agent, I have a video on that, on my tips, on my tricks, on how to navigate that. Yes, it may be catered to Toronto, but those are my top tips that I would recommend for anybody, anywhere in the world. So check it out. Do your research, do some investigating, and go after your dreams.
This is my age, this is my sign, this is where I live, and what I like, this is where I'm from, and what I do, this is what I love. How about you?